February is about relationships, and today we're putting one to the test. We're at Pretzel and Pizza Creations, and this isn't just about the food. It's about the feeling, first impression, communication, and follow through. If this business were a relationship, will we fight for it or walk away? Let's find out if this is love at first bite or just another short-term fling. Good morning, listeners. On this beautiful Monday morning, I have with me Katie. Good morning, Katie.
Good morning.
How are you on this bright Monday morning?
A little chilly, but ultimately doing fantastic.
So you're a little bit further away from me than what I'm experiencing here. I guess you're in Frederick or Hager.
Yep. I'm in Frederick.
You're in Frederick. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead and tell our listeners who you are and what you do.
Sure. So my name is Katie Serio. I own Pretzel and Pizza Creations, which is a specialty pizzeria, pretzelria maybe, in Frederick and Hagerstown, Maryland. And we also have a food truck available. So three very different restaurants, but ultimately serving the same soft pretzel dough recipe that my mom developed 31 years ago.
Wow. You stole my thunder a little bit because I was going to mention the food truck, but that's okay.
Sorry. I'm just very excited about it. It's my new.
Yeah, it happens a lot to me. You know, I start talking these questions, who you are, what you do, and they just fly right into it like, oh, slow down. Let's talk about
Well, we're
this.
so used to marketing ourselves that we just jump in with everything.
That's great. Yeah, that's what you should do, right? So 31 years, you said your mother started 31 years ago.
Yeah.
So why did you decide to be a business owner? Carry on the family tradition?
Yeah, I guess to an extent. I was I majored in entrepreneurship in college.
Nice.
So I was thinking about how to, I guess, best work with that degree or within that degree, or just use the skills that I had for it. So I was living in Manhattan, and then my mom calls me and she's like, I'm just really not doing well. I'm feeling really sick. I've been sick for years, and I just think I need to take some time to just take care of myself. And at that point, she had been working in the restaurant for something like 18 years. And, with her, I noticed very quickly once I got on board that the restaurant was just, I wouldn't say mismanaged, but it was just very small. She had a very small staff. She had very, her organization, if you could call it that, was a little chaotic for me. And not that I'm really type A or anything, but I just we're just very different people. So from taking what I learned, I was able to just take that initial restaurant, triple the revenue, and not to put it all on me because I had lots of help, but we were able to take on this restaurant and, make it into something that now we went from people never even hearing about us, even though we were in the restaurant location for 20 years, to now we're just a staple in the community. So I was really excited to kind of come on board and, help her out, obviously, keep the legacy going. Otherwise she would have had to close. And then, have the ability to kind of turn it around and make it my own. We added a lot of new things to our menu, lots of new sandwiches, kind of went, we added things that now looking back are like no big deal, but at the time adding avocado to our menu was huge.
So avocado's a thing today.
It is definitely a thing. So at the time, 2010, it was very up and coming, fruit or vegetable. Is it a fruit or is it vegetable? We don't know.
Is it a fruit or vegetable? Is it tomato or tomato?
Right? Whatever it is, the people, really loved it. We started making some of these really small changes that ultimately grew the staff it was a staff of 7 when I arrived, including myself and my now husband, who was my boyfriend at the time. And we went from 7 people to now 25 people. And it's just gotten a lot. It's just a lot more massive. It's a more massive scale what we're doing now.
That's great. That's growth right there. That's great.
Yeah.
So I from your degree, you talked a little bit about your degree and helping your mom out. So Why did you choose this industry? What sparked you to want to follow that?
Well, I knew pretty quickly from my first job. I worked at a magazine right out of college, and
Hmm.
it was kind of in a cubicle office setting, and it was just very boring. So, and then I was there, and there was like the big housing crisis in 2008, so everybody got laid off, and I was able to get a job working for a brewery that needed a sales team on the ground in Manhattan, throughout the boroughs. So I was able to kind of shift from working in an office setting to basically walking around all day, going through the subway system and being in and out of bars and restaurants in the five boroughs for,
Hmm.
5, 6 days a week. So I was able to kind of, so by the time I got the phone call from my mom, I was like, oh, I'm definitely, I grew up in a restaurant, and, my mom started it when I was 5. So I grew up in a restaurant, although I never really worked there. She was really good about not pressuring me to actually work there, or even spend that much time in the restaurant while I was growing up. But I spent a lot of time going in and out of bars and restaurants in Manhattan.
Hmm.
And by the time she calls me, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm really familiar with this lifestyle. I'm really familiar with working. Working till 3 a.m. is very normal. Even for my job, it was kind of, my hours were basically 4 to 3 a.m.
Oh,
whenever they needed me. So it was just a really different sort of lifestyle that I had already dipped my feet into it. I understood from a sales perspective, and then
uh-huh.
I was able to sort of transition to being on my, working for myself on my own team. And not, for anybody else, and was just able to, maximize my own interests on my side.
Right.
So that was, it was a really smooth transition, I think, but it was definitely, you know, you go from working in an office to then being on your feet all day long, and then, oh, I'm starting at the bottom. My mom did not take it easy on me. She started me at minimum wage, and I just worked my way sort of up from there. So I feel pretty confident when I hire new people. I'm like, I have also like cleaned lots of things that need cleaning, but maybe you could do those things now. But I have no
Absolutely.
um but I have no problem doing the things I need to get done in the restaurants, because I've done it all.
Right. I think it's a good thing that, especially nowadays when you're hiring people and you talk to them and it's like, look, I've done it. I've been there. It's sometimes it's not the best work, but it has to be done. And I've
Hmm.
done it. It's good to share that you can still do it with your employees.
Definitely, I still try to maintain shifts with the restaurants. I'm in and out of them.
Hmm.
It's definitely a balance between trying to show my face in the restaurants, but then also like I have to keep track of the amount of paperwork that gets generated is absolutely insane.
Hmm.
So it's just it's a balancing act at this point.
Right. Absolutely. So you have two locations of the food truck. So which came first, the Frederick or the Hagerstown location?
Frederick first. My mom
Frederick.
started that one in 1981,
Okay.
and then we opened in Hagerstown 2015, and then we were able to open the food truck like a soft opening, I guess, in 2021.
Okay.
So
Very
that
good.
was we had an actual pandemic baby, a
Hmm.
newborn, and then we had a food truck pandemic project.
Right. Yeah, that's one of the questions I've been around. So how has the pandemic changed what you guys are doing?
Well, we definitely, it was it was a little bit of a shock to see how much was changed at first. My
Mhm.
husband was telling me about this crazy virus out of China in January 2020, and he was hearing about it then. I wasn't paying attention, but he was telling me about it. And then we basically had to kind of just figure out what were the new guidelines at first, because, it wasn't up to us to make decisions like exactly like how to make things happen. We were kind
Mhm.
of waiting on what the public health service was telling us, like what we were being told by our local government, what we could and could not do. So we ended up going with just full carryout options for both
Mhm.
stores. And then and it was really sad too, because I also had to let go of so much staff.
Right.
We basically were just like, oh, we're in this great position staff wise. It was March, so we're like going into spring, like busier season with like great staff, and then all of a sudden had to leave. And
Right.
luckily for us, we were able to maintain. Um, Most of them ended up coming back. I think a lot of people just ended up going on unemployment for the next like couple months until they were able to come back. So we
Your
were able,
employees and 90% of the other
yeah,
population of America.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a
it's
huge
hard.
emergency. So I have like, I
Yeah.
mean, to like do what you got to do.
Right.
I So I was just able that I was so excited that like people that I had cultivated as like managers and things like they didn't go somewhere else. They most of them, I believe, like all of them actually came back. So we were able to maintain our staff over time, and then as things kind of loosened up here and there, we were able to add, outside dining. We were able to like work with the city to make sure that we had the ability to add more outside dining. They would shut down the street. They would, they let us kind of decide what we want, how much outdoor dining we wanted to do, what we were able to handle. We were able to work with our POS system. Shout out Toast. Everybody uses Toast.
Uh-huh.
We were able to work with them to kind of develop the system with their like we were able to use portable terminals to make sure that there was, ability for us to be outside as much as we could,
Right.
and not have to run back and forth. It was just lots of these little changes that happened. It's weird to talk about because it's like they happened really suddenly, but also the systems were in place to make them work. Like if the
Right.
pandemic happened, even in the early 2000s, I don't know what would have happened because we just wouldn't have had the technology to maintain our staff, like, or maintain even the restaurant. I even think that we probably would have closed. Like it's just
Nah, you would have grabbed a piece of paper and a pen and wrote it down
it
and
would have been something. Like I don't know. It was
right.
just like it just crazy the amount of just like things that we were able to accomplish, even
Right.
just like with technology. And
Yeah. You don't
but
sound like the kind of person who would just shut down a restaurant because we don't have technology.
yeah,
I
no,
don't
no. I
believe
mean, you're right. You're right.
that.
I would have figured out something.
You would have
Um,
figured it out.
yeah, I would have figured out something. But there were
Nope.
lots of changes that we had to make. We moved, at the time we were open till 3 o'clock in the morning doing pizza slices. Like we're having our regular menu during the day, and then we were open on the weekends until 3 a.m. And nobody was like congregating in bars, so we had to shut down like our whole late night slice section of our business.
Right.
So there were like lots of these little things that changed, and we were able to either bring them back for a little while, or then we decided that we were done with them. Lots of things that just kind of shifted the focus of our business a little bit because of the pandemic. And one of those
Right.
things was definitely developing the food truck.
Right.
With so many people wanting to be outside, we were thinking, wow, like this is definitely like a way to, spread our message of our food to lots of different places, get new customers, and go to where the people are to
Right.
develop a new market.
Now, do you have just one food truck for both, or you work on two food trucks?
Just one food truck for
That's fine.
now. We've been
Okay.
talking about developing another one,
Right.
but it does have a completely different menu
Oh,
than
okay.
what you find in the restaurant.
Gotcha. So, how far do you travel with the food truck?
It depends. Like last year was like our first real. I'm just gonna throw things against the wall and see what happens. So
Uh-huh.
we were in Washington County, we were in Montgomery County, mainly Frederick County. But I was like, whoever wants us can have us because I don't know what the market's like out there, and we're just gonna see what sticks. So we
Right.
were able to develop some good relationships. Mostly this year I'm seeing the year in spending the year in Frederick County, but I developed a great relationship with a winery in Montgomery County. So we'll be definitely going out there for a couple times,
Oh, great.
at least this year. So, and then Washington County, we were able to develop some good relationships. So it just kind of like I was able to streamline things a little bit better this year,
Right.
depending on the relationships that we built.
Right. Yeah,
And I
there's
thought that was great.
a festival here. You may have heard of it, the Trifecta Food Truck and Music Festival.
No, no, I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, it's at the Maryland State Fairgrounds up here in
Oh,
Timonium, not too far from me. I think I'll throw it out there too. I can send you the link.
Yeah,
that
no,
you
that'd be
can,
great.
yeah, maybe get your,
A lot of what limits us actually is the um health permit reciprocity.
right,
So that's like actually something that as somebody who I mean, I'm in charge of the food truck scheduling, I'm in charge of like a bunch of different things for the other restaurants. So just like some I have to really weigh like, you know, am I going to be able to get enough people to work the food truck? How is it a really big deal to get a health permit
right.
for the county? Because there's been times where I've had to get I mean, it's very boring to talk about, but it's like that's like one of those things that you don't even think about. You're like, I'm just going to get this food truck and it's going to be fine and dandy. I get like a permit and I'm all set to go. Well, I have a food truck permit for Frederick County. And if I want to go to Washington County, if I want to go to Montgomery County, it's
Hmm.
different.
Right.
And it's just like that's one of the kind of annoying things about opening a business is like, oh, that event sounds really great, but is it going to be a challenge getting a permit? I
You
don't know.
know, that's something I hear probably, and this is no lie. I bet you probably 2 or 3 times a week, I hear somebody say, I want to open a food truck. And I'm like, do your homework before you even
Yeah.
think about it.
Yeah.
I've got this great food idea that'll make a great food truck. Well, good, but you better figure it out first.
Yeah, it's funny because we've been to lots of events now with people that probably felt the same way. Like I have a great idea for a food truck, but I don't know, like there's just something about I don't know, the food truck, people have different expectations than
Yeah.
working in a restaurant. So I
Yeah.
have one of my restaurants is like a full service, full bar restaurant, the one in Hagerstown. And then I have like the quick service concept in Frederick. And then I have the food truck. And it's funny because all three locations have very different expectations.
Mhm.
And with the food truck, you could be working on a food truck and you're telling people, oh, look, you have to wait. Because sometimes I have to tell people, look, there's a line of people here. You're going to be waiting like half an hour, 45 minutes for your food. Or is that still okay with you? And they're like, no, you're a food truck. You should be quicker. I'm like, yeah, I would be quicker
I
if
get
my
it.
ovens weren't full, but that can only do so much.
Right.
So it's just like managing expectations is a huge part of work and working in any restaurant, but definitely working on the food truck. I'm finding it the most interesting, I guess.
Hey, listeners, Q.A.C. team here. We interrupt this podcast to offer business owners an opportunity to take advantage of our free business analysis. We will visit your location to assess food quality, timing, customer service, and cleanliness. From the web, visit QACteam.com and click on Free Analysis and Consultation at the top of the page. While you are there, to sponsor a podcast or be featured, click on Feature Me. For mobile users, select from the menu options. We look forward to helping your business grow. Yeah, because that I was going to lead me to my next question. Outside of talking about your menu, which we'll get to in a minute, but my next question was going to be, what are some of the challenges that you face? So it sounds like your challenges are absolutely the food truck at the moment.
Um, I'm not going to say it's a challenge because I love it.
Hmm.
But I think overall, for all three of the locations, the biggest challenge we have is finding labor, which probably any restaurant owner will say the same thing.
Yeah, it's a
Finding like,
common problem. Yep, absolutely
yeah,
common.
definitely a common problem. And it's
Yeah.
not only just like the finding labor, because apparently we're finding people kind of just fine, but it's like developing them. We don't really, we're not like a restaurant that requires like a, large, expansive resume to work for us.
Hmm.
So we're developing people that have probably come from having no skilled background in working in kitchens, which is almost our preference, to kind of developing them into being a person who is reliable, accountable, knows how to operate like the machinery, knows how to work their stations. And
Right.
that takes a lot of time. So,
Mhm.
and then like for them to just be like, oh, I don't want to work for you anymore after 6 months. I'm going to go work at FedEx or something. It's like, okay, like here we go again.
Right.
So that's definitely the number one problem and challenge is that. And then also, our biggest challenge is just keeping up with the rising cost of literally everything.
Right.
It's just, over the last 12 years, the restaurants have been, not that I don't look at the cost of things, but it's just been like reasonable. Like that's
Mhm.
I've seen, prices be this and that, and sometimes I get a really big price jump on an item, and I'll be like, okay, well, we'll just try to find it somewhere else. Well, it's almost like the past year we just can't keep up with every little thing, and I've had to do like through 2 or 3 different menu increases because we just can't keep up with it.
Mhm.
Um, and it's just a problem that I've never really had to face before, which just proves that it's never boring working in the restaurant industry. For sure, it's definitely
Every
not
second
glamorous
is
and it's not
different.
boring.
Every
Um,
second is different. Every
yeah,
hour, every day.
yeah, it's challenging, but it's just like that's one of our priorities for this year is just kind of making sure that we're just staying on top of our expenses over the course of the year, and we're noticing when things go up and kind of like reacting appropriately
Sure.
and just trying to keep developing value for our customers, because we are kind of a lower priced option for them, I suppose.
Mhm.
And then another challenge, I don't know, I guess just like me, like with my staff, just sort of maintaining and exceeding expectations for them as well. Like I feel like we're entering, not that I personally never treated people like this, but just I just don't think restaurants personally should, like, they have this reputation as being very exploitive. And I don't agree with that personally. Like we're a minority and women owned restaurant, and I don't particularly uh that's not one of our values. So I just trying to maintain a good working relationship with my staff, hearing their complaints, concerns, anything like that would come up with them. And I just treat them more like human beings than just a revolving door of people that you could have. I guess lots of restaurants might have a revolving door. So I just want to make sure that they're being heard and taken care of as much as I can. So I mean
Right.
that definitely can be challenging when you have, I'm kind of running now with 50 people at both stores and the food truck. So
Mhm.
keeping
Right.
track of them all is can be challenging.
Oh, I can understand that. With the business that I'm in, with the mystery shopping, that's what we
Hmm.
do. We make sure we help businesses, keep their staff where they need to be with coaching,
Hmm.
developing, mentoring, and it's a great thing when you find good people and you can coach and mentor people, and they turn out to be great employees, and you
Yeah.
get those employees training your new employees.
Hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that's definitely a good thing. So, if you had to pick something off of your menu when I come to visit, what is the best thing that I should order?
I always sound like a broken record when I say this, but obviously, like pizza is in the name of the restaurant, and it is not a name of the restaurant that I would have picked, but it's like my parents picked this name, and it's very, if anything, it's very descriptive. So if you're going to Pretzel and Pizza Creations, please get a pizza on your first try and a pretzel, likely. So because the pizza is made on our soft pretzel dough, it tastes a little different than a regular pizza. It has this thin crust on the bottom and a soft, fluffy crust on the sides.
Hmm.
So it tastes, the taste of the pizza itself is a little bit sweeter than a regular pizza. I just like love it. I don't know. There's just something about it. I've been eating it since I was 5, and it does not get old. But it's definitely something you either love or hate. And the majority of the people seem to really love it. So I even if you don't love the pizza, there's definitely other things on the menu that you could try and love. If you like pretzels, I guess maybe it all hinges on liking pretzels.
Yeah.
But my favorite pizza is the marguerite pizza, just because it's a nice like plain option, and it just, I don't know, it just the the tomatoes with the basil and the sauce and the cheese, it just kind of sings. It's just so like, it's just such a classic combination. And
Right.
then for like a weird pizza, I really like, I never thought I would like it. I don't know. The buffalo chicken pizza is delicious. I don't know why I never even thought to try it. And then I was really hungry on the food truck one day and I had the ingredients to make it and I was like, this is the most delicious thing. It has the nice like buffalo sauce on the base with the cheese, red onion, chicken with like a ranch drizzle on top. I don't even like ranch and I just was like, this is absolutely
This is like the
amazing.
best.
Yeah, I don't know. It was amazing.
That's great.
And then like if you have like those pizzas with maybe like a sweet pretzel, we make a lot of different kinds of stuffed pretzels. So the ingredients will actually go inside. So if you have like a nice chocolate chip pretzel with the chocolate chips are like melted inside the pretzel for dessert, or my kids really like the M&M pretzels with the M&Ms inside.
That
Uh,
sounds amazing.
yeah, they are amazing. So
Wow. I
like
never really thought about it being stuffed inside. Well, I guess the cream cheese pretzel that I've had before was
yeah,
pretty good.
I think Disney does a cream cheese pretzel, something like that. So
Yeah.
they're kind of knocking my style. But
Right.
yeah, I don't know. When we used to have a much larger stuffed pretzel selection, but right now, like we're doing, and that's one of the things that really the COVID also hit was our menu. We'd had to take so many things off,
Yeah.
but you know, having just being able to focus on like our most special items
Mhm.
is just, you know, a direction we had to go, and having like the different, you know, like those, that delicious pizza, that stuffed pretzel. You know, we also make sandwiches using our pretzel dough. We make calzones using our pretzel dough. And in Frederick County, we've been rated a #1 hot dog for the last 3 years
Wow.
for our stuffed pretzel hot dogs.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, like a chili dog wrapped in
Uh-huh.
pretzel, or we make like an Italian dog with cheese and pepperoni and marinara with the pretzel. It's really, yeah, they're all really spectacular. So you know, it's tough to choose sometimes. That's why I just tell people, you know, pick something you like, and then come back quickly, try
Yeah.
more things.
Well, I tell you, you got me thinking. I haven't had lunch, and you're only about an hour and a half, maybe not even an hour and a half away, and I think I'll be coming out there. This
I
menu
think
is
you
amazing.
should.
This menu
And
is
you know
amazing.
what? Like it's not like you're going, and no knock to like strip malls or anything like that, but just the area that we're in a downtown setting. So it's just such a nice area we to walk around in, and you can like kind of go have lunch, go have dinner, go shopping, go pick out some jewelry, go to like our local bookstore, go pick a nice battery-free toy for your kid at the local toy store. Like these are things that, you know, I take for granted, like living in Frederick. Like we have a little bit of everything, and there's towns that they have just nothing, and it's just so special. Like, you know, to be living in a place like this where it's like I can just walk my kids down to the toy store, grab a pretzel, and it's really like idyllic kind of life.
Right. So the question is now, since the pizza name is in the name of your business,
Yes.
and you said you like the pizza and the pizza's good,
Oh yeah.
pineapple on pizza.
Oh, I am 100% for. I think that if it makes you happy, you should do it. And if you like it, even if it makes the pizza a little soggy, because that's my #1 thing, is like I don't like soggy pizza. But
Soggy
I
pizza.
do like pineapple on pizza. I think,
Yeah.
and it kind of works maybe a little bit better for our pizza because it's already a little sweet.
Uh-huh.
So if you like a little sweet with the ham and the pineapple, I mean, you can't go wrong. It's one
I
of our
guess
top
it probably
sellers.
goes with the dough because it's a pretzel dough, right? It probably
Yeah.
makes it really, really good.
Yeah. So it's pretty good. Yeah. People seem to really like it.
Yeah.
Or and a better option, if you really want to go a little bit more insane, is pepperoni pineapple
Wow.
with the spice, with the tanginess of the pepperoni, with
Uh-huh.
mixed with the pineapple. It's a good balance, in my
Wow.
opinion.
Yeah, I've never heard of that with pepperoni on that. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Let me tell you, working in a pizzeria for 12 years, we've come up with some really interesting combinations.
Yeah. And that's funny because I'm middle aged and I have never had pineapple pizza. Never. And a
You
friend of
should
mine
try
ordered it.
it.
Friend of mine ordered it. And he said, just try it. I'm like, you're crazy. He's like,
Mm-mm.
just try it. So, I did. I'm not a kind of a daring guy too much. When it comes to food, I guess I've really, because I like to be a foodie a little bit too now. And I'm like, all right, I'll try it. And I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
I
It's
actually like
nice
it.
like being
Yeah.
able to change up your mind every now and then just to get
Yeah.
up, like, oh yeah, that was actually not so bad.
Yeah.
That's how I got my kids eating fish.
Yeah, and it's amazing because pineapple just works. It works on
Hmm.
pizza. It
Yeah.
works, and I shunned it for years.
Well, you never know. That's the thing. You never know until you try it. And we've got like,
Yeah.
especially on the food truck, we last year we kind of played it a little safe, but this year we developed a whole new menu, and it's like one of the pizzas that we're doing is like a Mexican street corn pizza.
Oh wow.
So it's just a little bit different kind of flavor, with the spicy corn situation. So I hope it does well.
Yeah, that sounds good. Now, your menu you have on your website, is that what you currently have, or has it been updated?
The new one's not out yet.
Gotcha.
We've been workshopping some of our pizzas. I think we are making a salami pizza with some other things on it, and then we're doing that Mexican street corn pizza, and then we're going to be offering like a cannoli dip and things like
Oh,
that as well.
I'm coming out. You got me.
Yeah. Well, all of our dates for the food truck are live on our website. So you can kind of scroll through them, or like anybody can scroll through them to see where we're going to be, what times they're going to be. And like usually we're going to like a lot of neighborhoods, a lot of local neighborhoods. So it's pretty nice. Like if people want to book us, if they want to, they can just go on the website and immediately see like, oh, are we booked on that date?
Hmm.
Um,
So you have a
so,
calendar up here for the food truck, and it's actually live. So when you have
mhm.
events, that's definitely good. It'll be on there.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, because it's not loading for me right now. That's kind of
Oh,
weird.
it's not? That's weird.
That's probably where I'm at in the area. I'm in a little weird area up here in Hartford County, and you know how that goes when you're by farmland.
Yeah.
Because I'm in Hartford County,
I remember
Maryland.
when Frederick County was full of farms and now it's full of apartment buildings.
Now it's apartment buildings, right? Jeez, that's crazy.
I know. It was crazy.
So, how do people reach you?
How do people what?
How do people reach you? How do we contact you?
Sure. So we're on all we're mostly active on Facebook and Instagram, and it should be at Pretzel and Pizza on Instagram. And you can just search our name, Pretzel and Pizza Creations, on Facebook. Our website is actually super easy. It's just pretzel.pizza. You can just type that into your search bar, find us there. If you want to place an order, we have online ordering available. Our food truck, everything is run through the website there. Lots of different ways to come reach us and enjoy our tasty, delicious food.
Yes. And let's see, you were at 210 North Market Street in Frederick.
Yes. Yeah,
That's
210
between
North Market
Second
Street
Street.
in Frederick, 20 West Washington Street in Hagerstown. It's just downtown Hagerstown, downtown Frederick, and the food truck obviously just goes around to wherever it needs to go.
Roman, and get those
Yeah.
tickets.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Katie, I really appreciate you coming on and taking the time with me. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I will definitely be out to taste your creations. The menu looks amazing.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
I'm really into this. I love pizza. I love pretzels, and I've been scoping out the crab pretzel because I really love crab pretzels. So I'm gonna have to try all three of those.
Oh yeah, come any
Yeah.
weekend. That's when we do the crab.
Oh,
And probably
everything.
the most exciting thing that we have going on is that I think tickets just launched for a pizza pairing event that we're doing at a local brewery here in Monocacy Brewing on March 19th.
Okay.
That's the closest fun event that we're doing with the food truck. So if anybody that's listening is interested and wants to do a pizza pairing event, they can probably just go over to Monocacy Brewing and purchase tickets for that.
Yes, I'm gonna make a note of that myself. I definitely want to sponsor that for you and get some word of mouth out for you on that as well.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we'll be debuting the new menu by then, so
Oh,
it'll be
great.
really it's really
Right.
exciting.
Awesome. Really, really cool. So, would you like to offer a discount to anyone listening to this?
Sure.
Okay.
10%.
Oh, great.
Just say you listen to this podcast, and I'll let the staff know.
That is awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Katie, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. Can't wait to meet you. I'll be out very, very soon. You're not
Thank
that far
you.
away, and I'm coming out to meet you and try your wonderful food.
Yes, you can find me. I usually work on the food truck, so you can find me anytime on the food truck, and I would love to meet you, Charles.
Awesome. Looking forward to meeting you. Enjoy the rest of your day, Katie.
Thank you. Talk to you later.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.
Welcome to the show where we travel city to city across America, diving deep into the real stories behind your favorite spots. From hidden gems to the most talked about places, we compare our professional reviews to the ratings and rants you see online. Do they live up to the hype or fall short? Join us as we uncover the truth behind the stars, sift through the noise, and give you the honest, no-nonsense breakdown you need before planning your next trip or night out. I'm Charles Luttrell, and this is Chasing the Stars. Let's hit the road and see where the stars take us next. Founded in 1745 by German settlers and laid out by Irish immigrant Daniel Delaney, Frederick, Maryland began as a crucial trade hub and agricultural center. Situated as a crossroads, it played key roles in the French and Indian War, Revolutionary War, and the Civil War. Today, it is a historic city known for its preserved 18th, 19th century architecture, German heritage, and Carroll Creek Park. We're here at Pretzel and Pizza Creations. Their current industry benchmark is a 4.3. Their Google average star rating is a 4.6. They're 92% recommended on Facebook, and their Yelp average star rating is a 4.2. Now, their trends in positive versus negative reviews, greater than 4.6 is 20% positive and 80% negative. So we're going to go and check them out, see how the stars align with that pretzel pizza. Pretzel and Pizza Creations, a staple in downtown Frederick, Maryland since 1991, was founded by Romanian immigrant Natalia Nastovici, originally taking over a struggling spot named C.K.'s Pretzel Works. The restaurant has maintained its popularity by blending traditional, hand-twisted soft pretzels with unique, savory, and often unconventional toppings and preparations. The criteria: the crust, the sauce, the cheese, the toppings, and overall bite experience. The pretzel dough crust was perfectly cooked, crispy outside, soft inside. The sauce was not too sweet, not acidic, perfect balance with light portions. The cheese had an even pull, great coverage, not oily at all or dry, it was perfect. The toppings, we only got pepperoni, they were fresh, portioned well, perfectly slight burnt edges. Overall, the final test, a perfect ratio of crust, sauce, and cheese leaves me wanting another slice. And don't forget your take and make it home pretzel and pizza baking kit. Pretzel and Pizza Creations also has a food truck. Check their website and social media for location and hours. And while you're there, meet Katie. Each town hides a gem. In every episode, we pick one unique business to uncover. You won't believe what we found this time. Check it out. The National Museum of Civil War Medicine in Frederick, Maryland, founded in 1990 by Dr. Gordon E. Dahman and opened in 1996, preserves the history of battlefield medical innovations. Housed in a historic 19th century building that served as an embalming site during the Civil War, it showcases 8,000 square feet of exhibits, including ambulances, surgical kits, and field hospital replicas.